And through the work of Jesus, we are rescued and saved from all of the natural and logical consequences that we would face because we have turned our backs on God and lived our own way. In other words, death and eternal isolation. The gospel really is good news. Can you see that? Tell your faces. It's good news. Isn't it good news? It changes the end of my story. It changes the end of your story. And it has the power to change the end of everybody's story. The whole world. This is not just a hope for when we die. This is a hope for when we live and how life can be. Doesn't that sound amazing? Do you think that you could just get a little bit Pentecostal and say, amen, brother? Notwithstanding all of that, as we've already slightly alluded to, life is not always glorious. That's true, isn't it? Because as I've already said, we live in the tension between the now of God's kingdom, his presence close, available to us, at hand, doing stuff, healing, miracles, speaking, encountering, the stuff we do here on Sunday, the stuff that we share when we go out on the streets, like Paul was talking about earlier. God's with us. We live in the tension between that now and the not yet, where we're still dealing with pain and suffering and trouble. And Jesus didn't promise a trouble-free life, did he? He said there will be trouble. You're going to have trouble. If you're trying to follow me, there will be trouble. Because even though we're not slaves to sin, as I said, still sin is present in our world. Pain and brokenness and strife is a reality for many people. And the forces of darkness are at work behind that. And even though Satan was ultimately defeated on the cross, he is still fighting against God and fighting against God's people. And we use this phrase, spiritual warfare. We often use that phrase, this is spiritual warfare, to describe some of the hardships or the difficulties that we as Christians might be facing or experiencing. Although it might affect us practically in everyday ways, it also alludes to the fact that behind the scenes almost, there is a battle or a tension that's going on.